Hello there. Hello everybody. Yesterday I played for a very long time. I played Pokemon for a very long time. So my voice is a little bit rough today. So I'm going to try to keep it deep and down low. Ooh, what an oya oya ikemen voice. Yeah, so today what I have for you, I have two streams going on today. I'm going to be doing this, which is a very chill, relax coffee drinking stream because it's the morning and I just made a coffee. And also I'm going to try and study kanji because I realized I think one of my weaknesses is that I barely know how to write anything in Japanese. Also my kana writing is very poor. Let me see. What can I remember of kana? So we have. Whoop. That's already wrong. That's O. Wait. How do I write ah? No, wait. That is correct. That's ah. E. U. You may notice that my handwriting is quite bad. That's not because it's Japanese or anything. It's because my handwriting. Whoops. Is also not particularly great. Yeah, so my handwriting is kind of not spectacular in any language. So what I'm thinking is what I ended up doing is I just searched up a list of the kanji that you need to know in order to pass the N5 JLPT exam. The JLPT exams are basically specialized exams in Japan created to rate the Japanese skills of foreign Japanese learners, and you have to eventually pass a specific tier of the exam in order to like get jobs there. I realized I didn't properly plan this out, so this is just the first thing I looked up in order to do this. Yeah, and N5 is basically the most basic exam you can take. So I ended up just looking up a list of the kanji you need for that. They're pretty easy, and I know most of them. I actually think I know all of them. Yeah, I know like 90% of these, so it shouldn't be too bad. Whoops, that's a mistake. So I guess before I start... Sorry, I messed up one of my windows, so I had to change that. Before I start, I have coffee. So this isn't just a kanji studying stream. This is a coffee drinking stream. You may hear a little bit of... It's me slurping the foam off of the top of my very delicious latte. So I actually took a couple of pictures for you guys. Coffee. Let me pull up some pictures. Whoop. So here's a picture of the latte I made for myself. So I have an espresso machine, and it comes with a steam wand for the milk. So a cafe latte is 2 shots of espresso with steamed milk, which is mostly milk, and then I would say like a quarter to maybe a sixth of it has foam on top. So the coffee the espresso beans that I use are an Indonesian coffee that I got from somebody else as a Christmas gift that I just haven't been able to use. Because just before Christmas I got a big ol' 5-pound bag of espresso beans that I ended up just taking way too long to finish. So I think by now these beans might be a little bit stale, but that's okay. They're not too bad. So they're a medium dark roast that is a little bit on the sweeter end. I couldn't adjust. Let me also, speaking of adjustments, I'm gonna shorten this image so it doesn't cut anything off. So I wasn't able to in-depthly adjust the grind for my espresso, so it ended up being a little bit watery, but it's actually not too bad. It's sweeter. It's a little bit sour, not too sour. It's less on the bitter end, which is okay. I prefer slightly bitter coffee over slightly sour coffee because I think it plays a lot better with the sweetness of the milk. So yeah, since it was a little bit watery, I couldn't do amazing art this time. I swear I can actually do really good art. I can do a swan. But since the espresso was so watery, it didn't have very much crema on top, so I wasn't able to do spectacular art here. You see I have a very basic tulip. I also have another image from another angle. Let me pull that up. There we go. That looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah, check that out. I have a proper latte mug. So yeah, that's my coffee for today. Let me stick that somewhere. Mmm, yummy. Delicious. But yeah, I'm trying to save my voice for later because I'm gonna try and do a 3 to maybe 4 hour stream of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Delicious. So yeah, that's my coffee for today. So I should actually be practicing kanji. I have to use my tablet. It's better for writing. Let me pull up this list. I have a list of kanji that I should know. These are pretty easy. So we have the kanji for 1, which is ich. We have 2, which is ni. And I know that the top line is supposed to be a little bit shorter than the bottom line. And then we have san, which is this, where I believe the bottom line is the longest, the middle line is the shortest, and then the top line is sort of middling. I think the top line and bottom line can be the same length, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be medium, short, long. Actually, that looks better. There we go. I'm very picky with how things look, so I always end up having to Control Z. Just gonna write those there. And then we have yon, which is 4. Yon or she. It's a little tiny bit more complicated, so I need to actually take a look at this. You know what? So what I should be doing, because I really like being accurate to the stroke order, because I find that that helps, following the same stroke order every time helps learn the kanji, and it has a good flow, so it makes it easier to write. So I'm gonna search up the stroke order for that. Let's see, where is this? Okay, so my stroke order here is ich. Oh yeah, wait, no, I think I know how to do this. Ich, to, ni, to, san, shi, and go. There we go. That's okay, that doesn't look too bad. And that is 4. And then 5. What is the specific stroke order for this one? Because the kanji is pretty easy. I just want to try and stay accurate to the order. It's something that's very important to me. Oh yeah, now I remember. It is ich to ni. Whoop. Ni to san to yon. That's not bad. It's supposed to be longer. That's okay. These get weirdly complicated despite being the basic numbers. I love how 1, 2, 3 are very easy because it's just 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, and then it becomes like an actual thing. Yeah, okay, that's not too bad. These are the easy kanji, by the way. These are the super, super easy kanji. And then we have 6, which is roku. I believe... I don't think this actually matters that much, but I'm gonna search it up anyway. Okay, yeah. It's the small line first, and then the big line. And then you go ichi to ni. Nice, and that's 6. Or roku. And then for 7 we have this shape. It's very hard to make this look good in my handwriting. Okay, I guess. No, wait, I think it's supposed to be shorter on the left and then longer on the right. It's supposed to look like a katakana hi. Sort of. Yeah, that's okay. I'll eventually practice these properly in my own time. Then we have 8, which is pretty easy. Oh, this only has 2 lines, but I don't remember what order they're in. What is the correct order? Here we go. Okay, that's good enough. It's kind of hooked on the end. And then 10 is super easy. It's just a giant plus sign. Nice. Oh yeah, and then we have... Wait. Is that the right order? Okay, I was correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. That is 100, also known as 100. 1000, which is sen. I keep on having to look over for some of these. Whoop. That's not too bad. And then 10,000, which is mom. Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. I think that's my best looking one here. And then we have N, also known as yen in English. Oh yeah, this can also be pronounced maru, which is the second half of my name. Typically, the kanji for maru kind of looks like... I'm pretty sure it looks like... Okay, yeah. So, there are a couple ways you can actually write this. Maru, meaning round or circle. Primarily when people want to say circle, it looks like Q or ku, but with a little thingy there. Wait. with a little thingy there just pointing down. Yeah, and that is Maru, also known as a circle, which is how I usually just write it as the big circle for my name in kanji. But another way that you can write Maru, which is the kanji for yen. In Japanese, it's pronounced en, which is this, I think? Yes. I believe that's the correct order. And that is yen, also known as maru, because coins are circles. And that is the basic number stuff. Yeah, isn't that easy? Time to take a drink of my coffee. Nice. What's next? Ooh, actually, oh wait, I think it's later on this list. Yeah, I'll do that later. Okay. Yeah, it's right here. So now we're gonna do all the different kanji for different types of times. So, let's draw a line here. There we go. This is my numbers. Not this. This is its own thing. Numbers and also yen. And then for our time stuff, so we're gonna start with the very basic one, which is nichi. Nichi or ka, which can mean either day or sun. Yeah, it can mean either day or sun. Additionally, I'm trying to think of. I was gonna say something about this specifically. I mean, it's pretty much in anything that has to do with days. It's in the word tanjobi, which is your birthday. It's in today, which is kyo. Yeah, that's about it. And then when you say the day, you just say like the number and then that, and then it changes the pronunciation for the number. For instance, if you wanted to say the first of a month, you would either put the Roman numeral, or not Roman numeral, I forget what the actual name is called. The Western number 1, and then ka, and that so normally, okay. The thing is, numbers in Japanese get very goofy. So one is pronounced ichi. If you put it in front of this, it can be pronounced 2 ways, and it can mean 2 different things. If you wanted to say one day, it would be pronounced ichinichi. But if you wanted to say the first of a day, it would be pronounced itsuka? No, wait, it can't be pronounced itsuka. I think itsuka actually means something else. So I'm pretty sure it's actually tsuitachi. Tsuitachi. And there's some goofiness, because also none of the other days would follow this pronunciation, because it would be so the second day of a month would be nikka, with like you do like a half pause in the middle, because it's let me see, how do I write this down again? it is na ni. This is ni, and then a small tsu. The small tsu isn't pronounced tsu. It modifies whatever the next kana is going to be. And that is going to be ka. So if you had ni next to ka, it would be ni ka. But since there's a tiny tsu in the middle, it modifies the ka to become ni ka. I don't know how to write that down, but you sort of like half pause on the first consonant sound of the next kana in the way. So it becomes nika instead of nika. Yeah, so one for the first day of the month is called Tsuitachi because it's like the first. I don't know. It's kind of weird like that. And then oh my god, wait, no, I'm wrong. Oh no, I'm so dumb. I forgot that this is actually... Yeah, so Japanese numbers, this is actually wrong. So you don't pronounce it as... You don't pronounce 2 as ni in this circumstance. It is... Totsu, futatsu, fuka. It's fuka. So the second day is... Fuka. Because if there are... I remember this because it's also the same for people. You say hitotsu, which is one person. No, wait. Oh my god, I keep messing this up. Oh no, wait. It's still the same. Okay. So what I'm actually thinking is, if there's one thing, then you put the one, and then you put a tsu, and that is hi to tsu. Hitotsu, which is just one thing, and then 2 things is futatsu. And then it's actually the same for if you're saying how many people there are. If there's one person, which is, I believe this is the correct order for this, right? One person, which is ichi, and the kanji for person is nin or jin. It would normally you would think it might be ichinin or ichijin or something like that. No, but that's hitori. And then 2 people is capital letter futari. So hitori, futari, and I actually believe the crazy part about that is it keeps this pattern for 1 and 2 people, but 3 people is not like mitari, which is actually what it would normally be if it was following this pattern, but it's san nin. There are san nin. So that's what's crazy about that. But if you're counting things and you're using tsu, which is just a general counter for things, it's hitotsu, futatsu, and then 3 things is mitsu. Hitotsu, futatsu, mitsu, yotsu, kokonotsu, mutsu for 6, nanatsu, I believe, for 7, and then yatsu, I think, for 8. But days also follow that same pattern. So instead of sannichi, it ends up being mika, which is, how do I write this again? Something like that. It's like a weird H. Yeah. Me is a weird kana that kind of messes me up sometimes. So yeah, that's a day, which can be pronounced a few different ways. Anyway, I've gotten off track because I'm supposed to be practicing actual kanji. The kanji for moon or month is getsu or tsuki, which is similar to nichi. I'm just gonna put that there. Which should be like... Is it just one? It's two. I'm gonna write this better. That's moon, or getsu or tsuki. Getsu or gatsu. I think tsuki is usually what you say if you're just saying the moon. And then getsu or gatsu is what you say for the month. I believe if you're saying the name of the month, so in Japanese, they don't have unique names like in English for the months. It's just one month or month one. And then month two. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I believe that is 1月 2月 3月. Yeah, I think it's just the normal counting method, which is... This might actually be gatsu. I don't quite remember. I might be wrong on that. It might just be 1月. But that's moon or month. Which is, you see, it's very similar to sun. It's just kind of broken off at the end there and has 2 lines instead of the 1. Because I think the moon is supposed to be like an eye, and the kanji for eye is basically the same as the kanji for sun. Oh god, that doesn't look great. But it has the 2 lines in the center instead of the 1. I'm just gonna write this down because I'm sure I'll need it later. Actually no, I'll erase it. That's fine. Oh god, okay, week. The kanji for week. That's a kanji that I definitely recognize, but I have no idea how to write this. This is why I need to do this practice. So, for week, it's actually a little bit complicated. Which is shu. Ugh. Yeah, you may notice my handwriting is pretty bad in both languages. So we start out similar to moon, which is this curvy line, and then we go up here, and then we start writing things inside here, and it is a... Okay, I actually need to... Okay, there we go. That one looks good. I like that. Then we sort of do a little plus sign in here. Followed by a longer line. And then it's just a box. This doesn't look particularly great. Okay. And then... this, which I believe is like the radical for movement or walking or something. This whole part on the left is a small line and then a weird 3. Okay. That's good enough. Yeah, I'm not particularly great with long lines like that. Oh no, wait, I messed that up. Kinda. It looks like it's written differently in fonts versus handwriting, because the font on my screen has this part as just that versus that. So I think this is more correct for handwriting. Okay, and that's the kanji for week. Nice. We got that down. Pretty easy. The kanji for year, I believe, is in this order. Thing is, this doesn't look that hard, but most of these I can't write out from memory. Take a sip of that coffee. I believe it is this line first. Chu. Something like that. Let me search this up on Jisho. So this kanji can be pronounced either toshi or nen, and it means year. Was this the correct order? Let me see. It is this. It appears that I actually was incorrect. And then it's this line, and then it's this line, and then you go straight down. Nice. This is actually probably the correct one. Go? Nope. Nice. And that is toshi or nen. So here's one that I wanted to do. Okay, it's a tiny bit complicated, but this is a special one because it's the first kanji of my name, and that is Toki or Ji, which means time. Or hour if you're just if you're actually telling the time. You would say, if it's 1 o'clock, you would say ichiji. Or niji, sanji, yonji. Let's see. It's a tiny bit complicated, so I need to do a sun radical. The sun radical is... So radicals are smaller parts of kanji, the small parts that make up a kanji, and they're usually kanji themselves. So you'll see that this is the word for sun or day, and then it shows up as a smaller part of the word for time. Where does it start from? Time. And that is Toki. So, the way I write my name in kanji is... this was just written like a plus sign, right? Toki. Whoop. Maru. Tokimaru. That's me. Nice. That's me. Check that out. And also, you may have noticed, So I have to switch screens for a hot second. Dun dun. This is my just chatting screen. So I commissioned just my gaming screen and my loading screen from someone. Whoop. Sorry for the background music change. So I commissioned those from someone, but I didn't commission additional screens. Whoop. Additional screens for other things, like just talking, like this one where I have an actual background. So this is just a temporary one I made for scratch for myself. But on here is an Easter egg, or not really an Easter egg, it's kind of just the background, but it's my name, Toki Maru, in kanji. Isn't that fun? So moving on from that, what else do we have here? We have... Oh, this one's easy. This one is the kanji kan, or aida, which means... it basically means a time frame or a span of time. So if you wanted to say 1 hour, you would say ichijikan. I'll write... Because some of these Japanese words don't have perfect English translations, or you might not use them the same. So we have time span. This is the concept of, it's one word to say something of time. You know? I believe it's just... I have to look at it. I think I'm pretty sure I know the stroke order for this one. I just have to actually look at it. I think you have to do it like that. This is gonna look really bad. And then it has, you can see that it has a sun in the middle. So the radicals up here, this part of the kanji is a gate, which usually means like an opening or a gap or a difference, because it's two things next to each other. So it can mean like an entryway or something. This is the gate radical. What this represents is the sun radical, which usually refers to time in the middle part of these two gates, which means it is a span of time, or the difference between 2 points in time. Isn't that cool? Kanji is super cool. Okay, so I know a lot of people have trouble with kanji or think kanji is super hard, but I think kanji is incredibly fascinating, because you can also see in the kanji for time, you have a little sun, which usually means day or time, and then you have that in here to represent that this kanji is a time-based concept. And I think that's super fascinating and super cool. So yeah, the sun in between the gap of these two, this space, means it is a span of time. So if you wanted to say 1 hour, you would say ichi. It's very difficult to do. Oh god. It's very difficult to do in very tiny writing. This means 1 hour, meaning, so we have ichi, which is 1. This can, when you write time, you usually just write it in these numbers instead of these numbers. Yeah, so we have ichijikan, it is 1 hour. We have this, which is ichi, this kanji, which is pronounced ji, and then this kanji, which is pronounced kan. So 1 hour is ichijikan, right? Nice, isn't that cool? Okay, next kanji. What is my next kanji? Ooh, minute. Why didn't they put that after hour? So a minute is... Let me look up the order, but... It is pronounced boon or poon or foon. What is the default one? I think the default one is boon. Or it can be pronounced boo, because I'm pretty sure it's part of zenbu. Which is... What is zenbu again? Zen is at all. I think zenbu is all of it, the whole thing. Because bu can literally means part, like a piece of something. So what it means when you're telling the time is 1 minute is one piece of an hour. So a minute is this. Nice. That's okay. So when you're writing the timeout, you might say, if you wanted to say like 2:30, you would say ni niji 30分. Yeah, I believe that's correct. This is good enough. It's my handwriting's still not great. So this would be 2:30. And that is pronounced ni, meaning 2. Ji, meaning hour. So it is hour 2, ni ji. And then 30 is 30 minutes. So you're saying 2 hours and 30 minutes. That is ni ji. This is all one word, but I have to separate it with a space just because there's too much space in between. So to say 30 in Japanese, when you're counting, you say san, meaning 3. Ju, meaning 10. This actually means 10. So you're saying so when you say 30, you're saying 3 10, like the third 10, you know? So it's sanju. But so normally 10 is pronounced ju with two, like a long u. But in this case, it's pronounced juppun, which is ha hi hu. How do I? It's something like that. Fu. I forget how to write the kana for fu, but it's something like that. I don't know. But you put a little circle on there to change it from fu to pu. And then there's like the thing with the little t, which makes you do a half pause on the p, so it's sanpun. Alternatively, you can say niji Let me find it because I don't remember how to write the kanji. Here it is. I believe it's actually this. This means half, and it is pronounced han. So, alternatively, instead of niji 30分, you can say niji han, which means 2.5 hours, or 2:30 or something. It's pretty cool, ain't it? Anyway, I have to get rid of a whole bunch. That's okay. I'm not gonna bother. Okay, so that's minute, which is bun or bun. If you wanted to say now, so now is a cool one because it's ima. If you wanted to say right now or just now, you would say, or you would say ima. Let me try to remember how to write this. I think it is like that, which means now, and is pronounced ima. But fun fact, this is part of several words that refer to the current time. So if you wanted to say today, you would say, that looks bad. Don't write it like that. This is 2 kanji, not 1. This is interesting, but it's pronounced kyou, which is today, the now day. Alternatively, actually, if another way to write day is hon, and then this one, which is sun, which can be pronounced nichi or ka, but in this case it's pronounced hon jitsu, and that is also today. And I think that's actually the more one of these. I actually forget which one is which. Kyo, this one is used more commonly. Honjitsu is another one. I know one of these two is more casual than the other. I just don't remember which one it is. So I think using kyo by default is the safest bet. But you could use honjitsu sometimes. And fun fact, so honjitsu, the hon in this case, so normally the kanji hon, whoops, it's pretty bad, means book, and that is hon. Whoops, sorry, that's wrong. This kanji that I actually wrote here just now is the kanji for tree, which can be ki or moku, but with an additional line here, it becomes hon, which is book. Apparently, an older meaning, I believe it's derived from Chinese, is base or origin. And I'm pretty sure this is because it's the tree kanji, but with a slash at the very base of the trunk. Also, you may notice that the kanji looks like a tree. You know, it's just a big thing with some tree, and then a slash at the trunk, which turns it into the base. So that's why honjitsu means today, because it is the base day. Isn't that neat? But here's a really cool fun fact. You can also, if you write it in the opposite order, which is the sun, And then hon. Whoop. This is awful. Do you know what that becomes? That becomes the sun, which is pronounced ni, and the book or base, which is pronounced hon, aka ni hon slash nippon. Because the ho can also be turned to po, which is Japan, also known as the land of the rising sun. The sun rises from the base. I mean, it's weird to explain it that way, but it's the when the sun rises, it rises from the earth. You know. Yeah, isn't that cool? Isn't that super sick? Oh my god. I can't believe that's all I did in 1 hour. But yeah, I was just planning for this to just be a short stream where I can drink my coffee. I haven't even finished.